All right, guys, welcome back. So let's have a look at Adobe. So ADBE ticker symbol. So 512, that's where it closed, November 23rd. I'm looking at it over the weekend. Hope you all having a good weekend. Let's have a look at the stock's performance year to date. Why this thing is year to date down. So you can see these are the software infrastructure tech stocks year to date returns. Microsoft 11%, Oracle 82%, Adobe 14% down. Palantir 275% up. Palo Alto, you get the point. Only GPN is down. Akamai, VRSN, I don't know about them, but you get the point. The stock is underperforming and it is negative year to date. So let's have a look. At the moment, when stock, let me bring up the moving averages and let's look at macro a little bit, zoom out. Take a look at 5 years. So you can see in 2022, this stock got hit pretty hard actually. 60% decline from its highs of almost $700 levels. And this year, in the beginning of the year, this stock was trading at 632. The low 435. And they're going to report a little bit later in the beginning of the December, I think December 9th or December 10th, they're about to report earnings. And you can see anytime stock is trading below 200-day moving average, which is red line on my chart, you want to be careful, especially with these large stock names. You can see it's been moving sideways. It's all over the place. It doesn't have a clear trend where it's going. But if I zoom out a little bit more, you can see my support trend line is this. Anytime it cracks this level, I would be considering to go short this name, maybe with puts, just play it short term. But right here, right now, is it looking like a pretty big head and shoulders? Possible, but it has to break below that 480-ish, 490-ish dollar level to consider this name to the downside. But so far, resistance area would be these two highs. We can see we have a downtrend right there, and if it does break that level, ideally it needs to get back above $580 level. But for first, I would be watching this area of 530-ish, and if it gets back above, I will consider to trade it all the way to 580. But let's take a look at the maybe PE heat map. I'm not going to say that this stock is pretty expensive, but regarding the, if it's, just by taking a look at its peers, you can see the picture. Microsoft trades at 34 times, Adobe 43 times, Palo Alto 50 times, S&P. When you're growing, when you have cash, market will give you whatever the PE you want. Look at the Palantir, look at the CrowdStrike. Crazy numbers, right? 300, 400. And forward looking, same thing. Look at it. Adobe, 24 times forward. Look at Palantir, look at Palo Alto, look at CrowdStrike, FT&T. All those cyber stocks are given pretty high forward looking PE. But another thing is, this stock basically invested a little bit of money, not a little bit, quite a bit of money into AI game, where a lot of people thought that these guys are behind and their generative AI, they basically control a pretty large chunk of the market share in general, right? When it comes to graphics, digital media, digital experience, and AI. That's the only concern. And also, in terms of their cash, I think they have 8 billion and they have 6 billion debt. And also, positive. They're generating cash flow, 2 billion net cash if you exclude the debt they're servicing. And I was looking at checking their buybacks to take a look at what has been going on for the last 5 years. You can see they were buying back shares last 5 years, not as significant, but still they reduced it maybe by almost 9% or so, the outstanding shares, but they were doing it at a very high prices. They were buying back shares at very high levels, except maybe in 2022 They bought back how many million? From 471 to 457, 14 million. Well, pretty decent. They bought it over there, I would say. And then in 2023, they bought back from 457 to 452, 5 million. And then in 2024, so far they have bought back 10 million shares. And I don't know how much they authorized like year to year, but I just Googled how much they have buyback going on. So it looks like up until 2028, they want to buy back 25 billion through 2028. So if you divide it for 4 years, probably $7 billion worth of buyback every single year. Capitalization is 225 billion. So it's not significant, but the only thing is right here, right now, probably the interest payments. We know like bond yields are not gonna go down. At least my expectation that we're gonna have high yields for quite some time, and these companies will be paying interest, pretty high interest. Look at the Pfizer, look at other big names that are struggling actually, especially the rate sensitive stocks. And this is definitely, high growth stocks will be paying now higher interest payments. This is the interest payments that they were paying throughout 2020, 2021, 2022, and it's basically doubled, right? Almost a little bit higher last 2 quarters, and they will be paying a little bit more. The problem would be maybe if the last time the stock dropped right here on the chart when they reported earnings, the concern was they guided down. The guidance was down. They reported decent earnings, but they said for the rest of the year, we think we'll underperform a little bit. That's why stock came down and it's hovering around these levels, and it hasn't even gotten back above that earnings reports lows and highs, you can see. So that's why this 540 maybe even sort of a resistance, because last time it reported a gap down pretty large, I think around 10%, right? But if it does crack these $490, $480 levels off the earnings report, I think it can go down to $440 levels. That's my support. But we'll see what they report. But we know that they're going to report, they have already prepared the market that they're going to report a little bit below the market expectation. It's all about guidance. What's going on with the AI investment? Is it paying off? Are more people coming in for those products and services, or no? We want to see those numbers, future guidance. So these are the levels I'm going to be watching. I don't want to make this video too long. These videos purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.